time for me to present my paper. The title is "Does the Experience of Studying Overseas Facilitate Employability in the Indonesian Market?" The background of this research is that there is a globalization and international education trend. That is, Indonesian scholar tend to get their education abroad after they graduate from senior high school. And the second background is about supportive factor. Right now, it is easy for the Indonesian scholar to get scholarship or access to get the scholarship through internet. And the background is mismatch between expectation and reality. Uh, the expectation that Indonesian scholar want to have a good career when they come back to Indonesia, but the reality is not like that. Next is about cultural misalignment. When the Indonesian scholar get their education abroad, they experience different culture from Indonesia, and for some time they apply that culture into themselves. They absorb their culture. When they come back to Indonesia, that culture they bring that culture with them. And the fifth is research gap. The existing literature lacks detailed investigation into how Indonesian returnees reintegrate on how their international education affects employability. The purpose of this study is that to assess how international education influences for employability dimension that are professional competencies, work attitude, job expectation, and social skills. The research person, there are three. The first is what professional competencies are most transferable. Second, how do work attitudes and expectation align with local norm? The third, what are the reintegration challenges, particularly in communication and teamwork? The methodology, this research is just mixed method approach with quantitative surveys and qualitative interviews. This studies is qualitative descriptive. The participant is 15 Indonesian participant. They graduate from overseas, and this research apply purposive sampling. The quantitative data collection, a structured questionnaire that are divided into four sections: professional competencies, work attitude, job expectation, and social skill. The questionnaire are close-ended and Likert scale. The qualitative data collection is semi-structured interview with 10 participants, not 15. And the analysis approach is in the survey use statistical trend and the interview using thematic insight. The result, this is the first session about the professional competencies. There are 10 items, 10 questions about the professional competencies. The summary of the result is most returnee reported improvement in problem solving, independent, cross-cultural experience, and communication skill. Overseas education is more impactful on adaptive and applied skill. This is because most of Indonesian scholars use their adaptation skill when they are new arrived in another country. In the second result is about work attitude. This is the table, the chart. There are also 10 questions about the work attitude. This is the result. The returnees show strong openness to ideas, resilience, and solid problem-solving attitude. And about work attitudes in lower score, there are two. The first is leadership application. The second is alignment with local work ethic and cultures. Because some of the scholar from this session of questionnaire, I get that they answer that they have difficulty when they go back to Indonesia because there are differences in what they have learned in overseas. The third part is job expectation. This is the full result. There are also 10 questions about job expectations. The explanation. Respondents felt prepared and were mostly satisfied with job role, group opportunities, and modern practices. Because Indonesian company, Indonesian industry, Indonesian factory mostly welcome overseas graduate. They value overseas graduate higher than Indonesian graduate, local graduate. However, salary and international collaboration expectations were not met. As I mentioned before, that when Indonesian scholar come back to Indonesia, they have high expectation about workplace. They explain in this questionnaire that when they come back to Indonesia, the workplace are local oriented, not international oriented. Mostly, they found that the industry, the factory, focus on the local collaboration, not international collaboration. So it result gap exists between global expectation and local realities. In the fourth session is social skill. This is the full result. There are also 10 questions about social skill. The positive of social skill, there are three. Cross-cultural communication, adaptability and collaboration, understanding diverse perspective. And the lower result of social skill about teamwork, conflict resolution, practical cross-cultural application in Indonesian context. This happened because in Indonesia, usually when Indonesian scholar who graduate from overseas have different communication style with Indonesian superior, Indonesian senior. The interview finding, there are some point, reintegration challenges, struggle with hierarchy, time management, communication style, and meritocracy. The time management in workplace in Indonesia is very flexible, not like in like overseas, like Western culture, it is very punctual. Second, communication and teamwork, improve empathy, emotional intelligence, and collaboration. Although the collaboration is only local level, but they are more empathy about that, more receptive about that. Cultural adjustment, difficulty adapting from direct to indirect communication, dealing with seniority and collectivist values. So when they are in other countries, when they are study in other countries, they have direct communicative style. When they go back to Indonesia, they must reintegrate themselves, they must readaptive themselves to be indirect communicating style. The fourth, workplace conflict and hierarchy, shifted from direct to more diplomatic relationship with conflict resolution. So when there are conflict, they have the solution different from when they have conflict in overseas. Fifth, networking differences, adjustment needed to from formal to informal relationship-driven networking in Indonesia. Usually, the relationship in Western countries is formal based. In Indonesia, it is informal based. Advice for trainees. In interview section, I asked some of them to give advice for future Indonesian scholar that will going to other countries. That is, respect hierarchy, adjust communication style, maintain humility, and blend global insight with local knowledge. This is the discussion about global vision versus local realities. As I mentioned before, there are many high expectations from Indonesian scholar who studies in overseas that what they have learned in a Western country could be applied in workplace in Indonesia. But that not happen. Second is about open mindset and multicultural competence. Open-mindedness, cultural empathy, and adaptability they get from when they are studying overseas. When they go back to Indonesia, they must adapt themselves to be inclusive teamwork and global perspective. They try to make their workplace, their industry, or their another workplace to be more global, not local oriented. Pioneering spirit and innovation. Returners act as agent of change, introducing new ideas, technologies, and work ethics. This happens when returnees come back to Indonesia and introduce what they learned to their local friend, their local supervisor, their local chief. Communication and attitudinal adaptation from direct style to indirect style because it more suitable with Indonesian culture. Indirect communication style. Cross-field social skill and networking. They are confident networker in global setting, but must adjust to relationship-based informal networking system in Indonesia. As I mentioned before, when in Western country, the relationship based on formal acquaintances. When they have formal relationship in workplace, so they have formal networking. In Indonesia, it is informal networking. The conclusion, overall impact of overseas education, studying abroad equip Indonesian graduate with valuable soft skill, global awareness, and cross-cultural competencies. The persistent reintegration challenges, adapting to hierarchical structure, indirect communication style, and domestically oriented workplace norm. The role of stakeholder, this is for the citizen to the policymaker, employer, and educational institution to have more global overview. Strategic integration for national benefit. With proper support, returners can act as cultural bridges and change agent, contributing to innovation and internationalization in Indonesia workplace. For another research in the future studies should explore long-term career progression of returners. Thank you.
Wow, good job, good job. Okay, good job. And then now I first of all ask Dr. Nu Hadaya. Hidayat. Okay, Hidayat. And Dr. Hadiyata. Dr. Nu. Okay. Aria always told me that he respected you so much, and he certainly would invite you to co-advise him. Okay, so would you please give your comment to Aria's study, please? Dr. Nu? Dr. Nu? Dr. Nu? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear. But the prof still not respond.
Okay. So Dr. Nu is still working on the network, right?
Maybe.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Professor Wu. I'm really glad to meet you here again. I'm wondering whether you still remember our previous meeting in our university.
Yes, I remember because you are handsome face.
Yeah. Yeah, my comment might be not that long as it has been of Ibu Lucia. Well, my first comment is regarding the presentation. I think Arif Budiman has been presenting his paper in a very thorough presentation on the topic of the research. And the second, my comment is regarding the paper. I have been engaged in some discussion on the topic of the research with Arif Budiman, and I think he has been doing his best in presenting the result of the research. In terms of the organization of the ideas. I have found that he has been presented the paper in very well organized ideas. And secondly, in terms of the language, I think the paper is quite well written. Yeah, well written. It's been written in a very well structured language. And the third, I think the paper has been written in very well arrangement and with precise ideas. So in general, my comment is Arif Budiman has been doing his best in presenting the result of the research, and he has written a quite well paper for the presentation. Yeah, I think that's all, Professor Wu, for my short comment on Arif Budiman presentation and paper. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. You're so nice to hear. You're so nice. And I remember your handsome face. Okay, I met you couple months ago. Thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah. I wondered, does any Indonesian professor give a real any comment on his study? Even now, generally speaking, I will ask you, Indonesian professor, and you, Indonesian student here too. Listen to me, please. Okay, listen to me, please. I will ask these students to have their final project paper well revised in order to submit to Scott's journal. Okay, Scott journal. And also, I want to ask this student to have your paper submitted and hopefully will be published, and invite you, your supervisor, okay, like Dr. Didic, Dr. New, and Lucia, to be your co-author of your paper when you submit it to the journal. Do you think we have the honor to invite Dr. Didic, Dr. New, Dr. Lucia to be our students' papers co-advisor? Can I ask you to do me a favor, like Lucia and Dr. New and Didic, to be our students' co-advisor and co-author when they submit and have their paper published in Scott Journal? Could you do us a favor?
Yes, we agree. I'm agree.
Thank you.
Can I say something, Professor?
Oh, yes, Lucia.
Okay. Thank you, Professor, for the opportunity. Of course, if you ask me to help them, I'm going to help them.
Thank you.
But for being the co-author is different. So I'm going to help them by my own way. For example, I do not know the presentation before, but I can see from Radhika and Arif that when they are doing mixed method, it's very good. But the qualitative part is a little bit tricky. If students or author want to submit, the important thing is to strengthen the data analysis, in my opinion. So, because that was my struggling when I submit paper, you know, Professor O.
Yes, you are excellent. You're excellent.
Yeah, I have submitted many papers, and most of them we need to adjust to the guideline, of course, the first. The second, the originality. The novelty of the mixed method. Nowadays, the trend is using application, using software like NIFO or MaxQDA. Since in the past, Professor Ting Ting asked me to teach MaxQDA for PhD student in UNTEC. I have been invited by Professor Ting Ting maybe twice to teach the Max QDA and experimental design, I will be very happy to help those students to learn Max QDA.
Oh, thank you. Great.
Instead of inviting me as the co-author, because my field is EI in education.
Okay.
Maybe the field is different, but I would help them to analyze qualitatively using Max QDA, Professor.
Wow, great. Great.
One day meeting is enough, so you just uh, invite them to join the class. I can teach them online.
Oh, good. Thank
It's my
you.
help for students.
Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice. Really good.
Of
Okay.
course, to check their paper, okay, but becoming co-author is different, Professor.
Okay.
Even I cannot be your co-author because we have the different field.
Okay. Good. Okay. I understand. Okay. I understand. Okay.
So I can help them analyzing the qualitative using Max QDA.
Okay. Good. You are really senior. You are really a senior scholar. Really. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they are my junior also in Prof. Thinking. I know they are struggling in qualitative research.
Good. Thank you. Okay. Good.
Is
Okay.
it okay, Professor? So my help is helping them to use Max QDA to analyze their qualitative data.
Wonderful. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. Good. And maybe based on your suggestion, based on your comment, I will ask this student to have their paper, their final project well reviewed and try to meet the journal quality to submit. And I will ask them to individually to take care of the authorities. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay. Oh, before I end up this international mini conference, do you have any comment or anything you can suggest us to do something more better? Dr. Nu, Dr. Nu,
No,
do you have any comment, any word want us to get something improved? Or Dr. Didic?
I think it's enough, Prof, for me. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Lucia?
I think this is very good idea, Professor.
Good.
Students present their paper in a mini conference and you invite other professor to give comment. So this occasion can improve their self-confidence in presenting international paper in the future.
Good.
I think keep up this kind of method of teaching, Professor Wu.
I will. I definitely will.
Remember, when you were teaching me, you didn't use this kind of mini conference, or you forget it.
Okay.
So I envy of the student.
Okay.
You didn't do that to me in the past. So I think this is very good idea.
Thank you. Okay, you made me guilty.
Yeah, we could apply this in our Indonesian classes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. Anyway, it is always not too late to start good things. Okay.
Yes.
Starting from now on, I will have my teaching to invite international scholar to join us. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's a
Thank
great
you.
idea.
Good idea, Professor Wu.
Okay.
Chayo.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have learned much. Yeah, we have learned much from
Wait,
this presentation
to
and
me,
discussion.
to me, Professor Wu. To me.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, we record. Okay, we record this mini conference.
Yes,
Okay.
Professor.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes all presentation for today's mini conference. On behalf of the Graduate School of Technology and Vocational Education, I would like to express our deepest appreciation to all presenters for their efforts and to the supervisors for from Indonesia for their valuable time and constructive feedback. A special note of thanks to Professor Ming Chang for honoring us with his presence and continuous academic support. The Department of Technological and Vocational Education also gives certificate to all supervisors from Indonesia, symbolically from Professor Wu Ming Chang to our supervisor. Maybe you can share
Okay. Thank you.
to your screen, Professor, the certificate.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We will send you all of this certificate, okay, supervisor certificate for all of our Indonesian supervisor here, okay? Including Dr. Wu, Dr. Lucia, and Dr. Didik. And this student was sent to you very soon, okay? Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you,
Uh,
Professor.
Thank you.
Before we continue to close the meeting, we would like to kindly invite all participants to join a brief photo session
Yes.
to commemorate today's event. For our online supervisor, we respectfully ask you to turn on your cameras so that we may capture a screenshot, including everyone in this hybrid session. Okay, we will take a few photos. Please stay in position and smile. In 1, 2, 3. Okay, another one, maybe. Chumi chumi.
Yay!
1, 2, 3.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Okay, we hope this conference has been fruitful in strengthening our research capabilities and inspiring further scholarly contributions. Thank you once again for your participation, Bapak Didi, Bapak Nur Hidayat, Ibu Lucia Mariani. Have a pleasant evening and see you at our next academic event.
Yay!
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Professor, for today.
Would you please take 10 minutes break?